Story time. I just got back from visiting a friend in Sheffield yesterday. While I was there, went to a little sports bar. They had the NFL playing. I was like, oh, cool. This is obviously highlights from the weekend. I'm like, oh, I wonder what highlights they're showing. Cowboys at Bears. I was like, damn, I got to relive this L. Okay. Then it finished. I was like, that's a shame. Let's see what the next game is. Ravens Lions. So I was like, back-to-back L's. I was like, should we just leave this place? Because I don't want to be reminded of both my teams taking L's. But at least I'm in good company, Q. Your team took an L this weekend too. Let's jump straight in to the NFL Pick Show. Do you know what week it is, Q, of the NFL season?
My granny called. She said, Travis, you work too hard. I'm worried you forget about me.
My granny called. It's week 4 of the NFL season. That's the thumbnail. I've got to hit a little 4 spread. Yeah, man. Week 4, NFL picks. We're going to recap our week 3 picks as usual, talk about some NFL news and highlights along the way, and then make our picks, obviously, for week 4. And yeah, that's all we do over here. Normally, we have some other segments. Normally, we're joined by another co-host. Bit of a rushed episode today. One of our co-hosts is missing. His team won this weekend, so I'm sure he would have loved to come and gloat on us, but he had other commitments to take care of, unfortunately. So it's just 2 losers on screen. You know, at least we're handsome, Q. You know, at least you've got to take something away from it. But we'll start by paying our respects to the teams we picked against in week 3. The first one is the Browns. I picked the Packers. I'm sure you picked the Packers. 13-10, Cleveland Browns. Take it away, Packers fan Q. Like, what was your thoughts on the game and the takeaways?
Well, if you asked me on Sunday, I would have quoted an excellent episode of Smiling Friends where Charlie is screaming, "We were right there, man!" We were so close to winning that game, but just some costly mistakes. Our offensive line, although injured as hell, didn't play that great, and it was just a rough one. But, you know, Miles. What am I trying to say?
Miles Garrett.
Michael, that's the name I'm looking for. Michael Parsons, after the game, was like, you know, sometimes you go out there and you just shit the bed. And it's true. No team's been undefeated since the 72 Dolphins. And it's better to get your ass handed to you in September than it is in January, in my opinion. So,
yeah, that's a nice takeaway. And at least you've got a nice game coming up next week to try and bounce back, which we'll get to later on. Yeah, the Browns, man, I've been saying, you know, like, people look at the Browns and think bums, but the Browns defense is legit, bro. That offense, they don't really be moving that ball. But the Browns defense is legit. And like you said, the Packers did have O-line injuries. And against Myles Garrett, bro, like, you can't be injured against Myles Garrett because you are going to be running.
Jordan, run!
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. You're going to be running. And Jordan's going to be running. You know, that's the new one. It used to be Run, Ricky, Run from Boys in the Hood. That was the run meme. Now it's Jordan Run. That's the new one. But yeah, I don't think anyone saw that. I did actually say last week, though, in last week's picks video, I like the Browns against the spread because it was 8.5. And I said last week, I didn't actually like pick it, but I said, yo, 8.5 against the Browns is a lot. So yeah, if you bet on that, congratulations. You owe me 50% of the profits that you made because I was the one who told you to do it. So my next game that I got wrong, in fact, I'm looking at the pick 'em here. I think you might have one.
We picked a lot of similar teams.
Well, I'm looking at the next game after the Packers. It was Bengals at Vikings. You went with the Bengals, right? Last minute, in last week's video, yeah. I've got to hold my hands up and say, like, for full clarity, last week's video, I picked the Bengals. The Bengals. Or I put in the group chat afterwards, you know what? I'm swapping to the Vikings, actually. All 3 of us went Bengals, and I just didn't like it. And I said in last week's video, I think it'll come down to who can coach better. And I like Kevin O'Connell, so I don't know why I didn't say in that video I'm picking the Vikings, but I swapped. I stayed true to my gut feeling, which was the Vikings would win. And they didn't just win. They put BTA belt to arse 48-10. Bengals, it's not looking good. It really isn't. Did you watch this game, Q? I actually didn't even see the highlights of this one. I can't even lie to you. I'm still catching up on highlights. I feel like I'm a week behind, bro. In like mentally with the NFL, I feel like I'm still a week behind. So I don't even know why we're doing these picks. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I watched the highlights, and I was not expecting an Isaiah Rodgers legacy game. I don't know if you saw the stats at the end. But
I saw his highlights
like
alone.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty much him doing that all by himself. That was just crazy. I was thinking about like how JJ was playing in that offense, and I'm like, well, I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be much better. It's probably going to be the same type of level of that offense that we've seen already. Uh, yeah, maybe not. I think Carson did a better job so far than JJ has, and plus, when your defense goes off like that, only good things can happen. So I was definitely wrong about my pick, and just trying to scrub that one from the memory, I think.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I think the Vikings defense on fantasy football got 35 points, I want to say. Because I was checking out a fantasy league. By the way, let us know in the comments if you want us to talk fantasy football. There's some big trades going on at the minute. I've just proposed a trade in our fantasy league to our third co-host, Key, the 49ers fan. He's not here right now. I would have loved to get his live reaction to the trade. I literally sent him the trade, forgetting that he wasn't joining us tonight, because I wanted to literally live trade on the NFL Pick show, but he's not here, and he's probably going to reject it. I asked for Jonathan Taylor. In return, I was going to give him Jordan Mason and Javonte Williams. I like it. I want Jonathan Taylor, though. I need a running back. But I was going to talk, like, before we do, like, a recap of any more games, I feel like there's so many injuries this year. Like, obviously, injuries happen, it's football, it's a contact sport, it always happens, but for some reason, it just feels like there's way more. I don't know the statistics, but it feels like there's way more injuries happening this year. And a lot of them even are non-contact injuries too. People doing their Achilles, people doing their ACLs just from, like, just walking, bro. Like, did you see Najee Harris? He went down this week with, I think, Achilles. Just popped as soon as he went to take the hand off. Like, it was... I don't know what's going on. Are athletes getting too strong and powerful for the human body these days? Is that's what's happening? Is sports science so advanced to the point where these guys are like training beyond the capacity of the human body, and the bodies are just breaking? Is that what's happening? Because if you look at every single team, I feel like there's at least 2 players on IR or injured on every single team, and we're only on week 4. Sorry, I have to do it every time. It's like a vocal stim. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with these injuries, Q.
Yeah, I heard somebody bring up a point talking about the different types of fields that we have in the league, where half of them are grass and half of them are like artificial turf, and whether that has anything to do with it. And a lot of people are like, a lot of people are against artificial turf and saying that that's what's causing the injuries. But you see like guys like Austin Eckler, who on the Chargers, they played on turf, and I want to say he was fairly healthy for most of his career, and then as soon as he hops on real grass at Lambeau, he tears his Achilles. And I don't know if he got used to like the artificial stuff or what the deal is, but that's definitely been a big talking point, especially when the World Cup is coming here somehow. I have no idea how that's happening, and all the owners are like, "Oh, we want the biggest sporting event in the entire world over here. Yeah, we'll replace all our fields with grass. Anything for you guys." And it's like, how come we're running a giant ass show of ourselves over here in the NFL and we can't do that? I don't know. Yeah. But I think that's kind of the big thing I always think about.
See, it's funny you mention like soccer or regular football to an Englishman like me, because in this summer we've just had, like, in the what should be the off season, there was a new tournament that the big rich billionaires made to make themselves richer called the Club World Cup, and every club that's played in that, their seasons have now started. And all of those teams that made it far to like the end stages of that tournament, they're picking up so many injuries now. And every club that wasn't in that are doing all right for injuries. So again, there's like some correlation between, you know, amount of game time, obviously, and the effect that's having on the players' bodies, but also just, you know, it's weird because people always look for something to blame, like you said there with the turf. I remember in the NBA playoffs, there was a few players who went down with Achilles and stuff, or even the past few years, like Kevin Durant done his Achilles. Dame Lillard done his Achilles, I believe, right? It was Achilles. Obviously, my guy Tyrese Halliburton went down. I'm still heartbroken over that against the Thunder. And when that happened in the NBA, obviously you can't talk about the turf because there's no turf, it's an indoor court. And they were saying it's the shoes. People were saying, oh, because you're wearing low tops instead of high top shoes, that's why your Achilles are popping. But that doesn't make no sense. You know, I don't understand it. I'm not a scientist. I just think it's very weird how many injuries we're seeing in sports these days. And I genuinely do think people are training to beyond the capacity of the human body. Not to sound like I'm on some Dragon Ball Z shit, but like I feel like the human body isn't ready for the like pressure. I mean, that's why people are getting injured. Literally, that's the science, I guess. You're putting too much force for what your body can handle, but still, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't have the answers. I'm not a scientist. I just thought it's an interesting topic to talk about. Back to our week 3 recap. I got to give respect to the Eagles. It kills me to say it. I got to give respect to Jalen Hurts. That absolutely kills me to say. But I can hold my hands up and say I am one of the biggest Jalen Hurts haters, or not haters, but doubters. I've always said this guy's a fraud. He can't do it with his arm. He's a crab. All legs, no arm. Shout out Caleb Presley for that one. I just completely stole that joke from the Lamar Jackson interview. But yeah, man. I mean, I picked the Rams. I picked the Rams money line. I'm watching the game. The Rams are up 17 points. That's early payouts on the money line. Ka-ching. I'm buzzing. I was like, great analysis. You know, Matt Stafford can tear apart this Eagles defense. I'm flying high. Jalen Hurts starts throwing the ball, and the Rams defense just gave up. It was like 27 unanswered points, I want to say, maybe, was it? What the hell? What the hell?
It was something ridiculous like that, yeah.
Saquon, I think, had like 19 carries for 50 yards or something. And then they still put up 33 points. I think we both picked the Eagles, right? The Rams, it was Key that picked the Eagles. So, yeah. Anything you want to say on this other than ban the tush push?
Well, look, man, one of us was trying to do that, and everybody's like, oh, the audacity. How can you try to get this play out of football? And sure enough, everybody's crawling back. How come we haven't taken this play out yet? We can't even officiate it, right? Unless it's the Saints trying it. Heaven forbid somebody else tries to do it. Then they can officiate it, no problem. But yeah, man. I think we saw it in the Super Bowl last year, especially with the kill shot against the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts does have an arm on him. The only thing people knock him for is that he doesn't use it most of the time because of plays like the tush push and stuff like that. But he's got a fairly decent arm on him. He definitely showed it off in this week's game. And I don't know, man. You either have to be up really big in order to see him throw, or be down very big in order to see him throw. Anywhere in the middle, it's just tush push and runs like that all day.
I don't like how nonchalant he is. I'm sounding like a real hater right now, but I support the Dallas Cowboys and the Ravens. Fuck out of here. Bourne, bro, did you see his reaction to that blocked field goal, like, and the win at the end? Like, can you not just be happy? Like, the guy won the Super Bowl and was not happy. And he was like, oh no, we're just thinking about the next one. He wins games, isn't happy. We're just thinking about the next one. You've just won a game with a last minute block field goal, return for a touchdown, and there's no emotion on the guy's face. What will make Jalen Hurts happy? I don't understand it. Will anything make him happy, or is that not the point of sports? It's just to go and do a job.
I mean, people go off into the military and they just get instilled with a different mindset. And I don't know, man. I think Nick Saban Alabama program is pretty close to military as a lot of the college kids get, except for actual like military academy schools like Army and Navy. But yeah, Nick Saban will definitely have you think in a certain type of way, and I think it's just rubbing off, and we're seeing the result of it in the NFL here.
It's like, just smile though, bro. Like, come on. Like, did you see Joe Flacco's celebration for the field goal? Like, that's how you celebrate a win. I mean, obviously the Eagles are used to winning, the Browns really aren't used to winning, but still. Anyway, let me move on because I could be here all day saying ban the tush push. I got to give respect to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bum-ass team, but they beat another bum-ass team. Q, we need to have a serious conversation about the Houston Texans. What the hell? Everyone said CJ Stroud, oh, it was a sophomore slump. He'll be back in third year because he had that great rookie season. I'm watching these Texans highlights. This guy's missing serious throws that he should make as an NFL quarterback. The inaccuracies are crazy. The Texans' defense are solid. They managed to hold the Jags even in this game to 17 points. But you've got to do a job as an offense, and the Texans are 0-3. I did not expect that. Coming into the season to say the Texans would be starting 0-3. It's time to hit the panic button, I think. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah. Well, I think it doesn't help whenever you're like, okay, we had a really good rookie quarterback. He had his sophomore slump. How about we help him by getting rid of our franchise left tackle? That'll work, right? No, it won't work. Are you kidding me? Anybody could have told you that. And now, unfortunately, JD5's out, so he's not reaping the rewards of it, but he's doing all right over in Washington with a much better record. And yeah, we're not giving CJ Stroud enough time to make the throws that he needs to because you're scheming everything up like fairly decent. But whenever you don't have players out there who can actually give him time, then you're not going to see anything like that. And that's exactly what we saw with the Packers game too. Scheming up some. I'll admit Matt LaFleur didn't do the best job, but he's scheming up some decent stuff out there. But whenever your offensive line isn't super great, you can't really do a whole lot.
I mean, we'll get into our week's picks soon. I don't even know who they're playing this week, but this feels like a position where they have to win. I don't care if they're playing the Ravens. I don't care if they're playing, I was going to say the Cowboys, but they should definitely win if they're playing the Cowboys this week. I don't care if they're playing the Chiefs or the Eagles. They got to win this week. They can't afford to fall to 0-4. Another team I need to pay respects to, Carolina Panthers. To channel my inner Jimmy Horn Jr., I got to pay respect to the Carolina Panthers. 30-0 against the Falcons. What the hell are we doing, Falcons? We've been riding hot on the Falcons for 3 weeks, saying about how good the defense is looking. They've really improved. You've got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts is looking like rookie year Kyle Pitts. Michael Penix. What the hell, bro? Worst game of his career. Kirk Cousins went back in. Do you remember literally last week, Q? I said, why did they keep showing Kirk Cousins in the Falcons games? He's not going back in. Motherfucker went back in. What do I know? I know that they've they've really been costed by the kicker position. You know, Young Wei Koo. He's been cut. He's been picked up by the New York Giants, which is just sensational. But yeah, man, like Falcons, what the hell, bro? Anything to add, Q? I don't even know who else I've got left to pay respects to. I've got a few actually.
Yeah. No, I mean we're all riding on Penix, but we all fell off this week. That was a very bad performance, and trust me, it's going to get way worse from here. I think this is what we call a grower type of game for Penix. It was just absolute travesty what was on the field. He's going to need to go into the film room, definitely look at everything he did wrong, and just grow from it because it was just absolutely awful. Watching the highlights, it was just I don't even know what to say. I can't even find the words to describe what was going on because it was that bad. And against the Panthers of all teams, I don't know, man.
Bro, if you
the
can't
Panthers
put up...
play good when they have those black helmets on, but outside of that, I think that might be their only kryptonite.
If you can't put up a single point against the bum-ass Carolina Panthers, what are we doing here? I know that the kicker missed 2 field goals, which I guess does set the tone early for the game. But bro, come on. It's the bum-ass Panthers. Speaking of bum-ass teams, I got to pay respect to the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. They beat both of my teams. The Cowboys and the Ravens both took an L again this week. Why do I even continue to endure, Q? Like, I have 2 teams and they are literally both bottom of the defense rankings. Literal, the worst 2 defenses in the league right now is the Cowboys and the Ravens. There's big discussions I could have right now, but I don't want to go too in-depth about these teams. But I had a feeling last year for the Ravens. I felt like this is the year we have to make it to the Super Bowl or it's going to look scary. It's the next year. It's looking scary. So yeah, let me not say too much. Any other teams that you need to pay respects to? I went 10-6, my record for the week. That was for week 3. Anyone we missed on your end?
I think the only other one I have to pay respect to, I'm just double checking here. I paid respect to everybody except for the Bears. Bears, I think this is the potential that Caleb Williams has, and we've been waiting for it this whole time. And I don't want to say it's here just yet, based off one game, but it's looking pretty close. And he was just absolutely balling out there. And if they can keep this momentum going, it's going to be scary for the division, especially with how both the Packers and the Lions played. And the Vikings. It's not a good day whenever you go 3-1 throughout the whole division and you're the one that loses. So not a great feeling over here. But I did predict the Lions to win over the Ravens. I was afraid of what that defense was going to do. It broke my heart to pick the Lions over the Ravens because of how much I dislike the Lions and how much I like the Ravens. But I had to do it, man. And it was a good call. But it hurt in the moment, and it hurts now, especially looking at the divisional leaders and everything.
Yeah, I mean, watching the game myself, like, obviously I backed the Ravens and I backed them to win, but I put a little parlay on this game. I did not pull moneyline Ravens because I had a feeling watching it. I was just like, you see, Jared Goff, I respect Jared Goff. I know you and Key have your things to say about him, but I really respect Jared Goff as a passer. And if he's got time in the pocket, he can make any throw on the field. I feel like we don't have a pass rush. Kyle Van Noy, our leading sack leader from last year, was out for the game. Madubuike through the middle, also out for this game. I knew that it was going to be hard to get pressure on Jared Goff. We were going to have to send some fucking Roquan Smith blitzers. A big discussion needs to be had about him. I don't want to say it, but I saw Twitter talk and I don't want to be the one to say it. But someone said all Roquan Smith's slow ass does is go out there and yell. But anyway, that's my guy. Put respect on Zero. I don't even want to talk about this team. I'm on Rouse St. Brown Q. I'm so mad that you got him in fantasy because I think he is a top 3 receiver in the league. Genuinely, I think that guy is amazing. Did you hear his hot mic moment?
Yeah.
What did he say?
You grew up in Berlin, bro.
Oh,
You're asking me what he said? I actually don't think I heard it anymore.
Oh, bro, I saw someone put in the comments, I've never heard someone speak German this good. Because someone posted it on like Sports Center and then someone put German sounds funny or something. But anyway, man,
Yeah.
what a weird week of football. Heading into week 4, bunch of injuries, bunch of good games coming up. There's actually some banger games. Let's start off with the Thursday night game. Surely going to be a banger. Oh, it's the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Who the fuck cares about these two teams? Go for it.
Do you want to do biggest winner and loser?
I literally remembered that before the episode and then forgot to do it while recording. So, first charge timeout of the first half. We're going back to week 3 for the biggest winners and losers. Hugh, since this was your idea, you can kick us off with your biggest winner and biggest loser of week 3.
Yeah, for biggest winner, it's definitely between 2 teams. And I don't know how I can really go either way because the Browns, they upset what many people saw as the Super Bowl favorites, especially after the Packers beat the Lions and beat the Commanders. And they just completely shut down our offense and just did an incredible job there. But also this Lions team, again, just completely destroying the Ravens. I don't know. Like, do you know how bad an offensive line has to play for Lamar Jackson, of all people, to be sacked 7 times?
I've got a picture to show you about that, actually. It's very funny you bring that up. Someone said this is the Ravens offensive line. I don't know how well it's going to come up on the camera. Ravens O-line right there.
I was waiting for the Drewski line, but yeah, that's pretty close.
That's boss
pretty
one.
Close too.
That's a boss one.
But hey, if I have to pick one, I already went the Lions last week. I'm gonna go with the Browns. Again, people can talk about, oh, I'm just glazing the Packers. Of course I am. But Browns did really put up an excellent fight against us, so they're gonna be my biggest winner. And biggest loser, how do you let the fucking Carolina Panthers put 30 on your head and not get a single point?
Carolina Panthers.
I don't know how that happens. But yeah, Falcons are definitely my biggest loser of the week.
You know, from watching a lot of Falcons games, since I do really like the Falcons, Michael Penix, bro, he telegraphs his throws a lot. I can see it from, like, obviously being the lefty. Like, before he throws, you can feel, like, the clock if that makes sense. Sometimes you see QBs and they just bullet these passes and there's no, like, telegraphing of it. But Michael Penix, I know when he's about to throw it. Like, and that's not special. Just watch him next time the Falcons play. Like, you know when he's about to rip it, which I don't know if that's what is people are picking up on now with him, and that's how he's struggling to break down these defenses. But you've got weapons out there, bro. There's no excuse. Bijan Robinson, like, come on. Drake London, come on. They've got a bye week in week 5, though, which maybe might be a beneficial point for them. If they can't bounce back this week, having that week off, or they have to bounce back this week, in my opinion, the Falcons, because that's just how this sport works. You know, people have an off game, then bounce back. Look at the fucking Vikings, bro. You know, and their defense, they got like absolutely belt to ass, and then they came back and then had like a generational defense performance type shit, you know? So if the Falcons bounce back this week, then have a bye week, I feel like they'll be good. But yeah, there's some other teams that could really use a bye week right now. And you did your winner and loser then, didn't you?
Yep.
I'm going to say for biggest winner of the week, this is really a tough one. But for me, I'm going to go. it's biggest winner and loser of week 3. I'm actually going to give my biggest winner as a pre-order for next week. I'm going to say the biggest winner of the week is the New York Giants because they have benched Russell Wilson and just announced Jackson Dart as their starter for week 4. I'm pumped about this one because I like Jackson Dart coming into the league. I like the kid. I watched him on Gruden's QB class with his little snap count. He's been clapping for 4 years. I'm excited to see Jackson Dart go out there and play. Now this could backfire, and by next week, if they have a stinker, the Giants, I will turn around and say my biggest loser of the week's the Giants. But I think it's the right call because Russ, I know he torched the Cowboys, but that's not like a fucking accomplishment, you know. It's like celebrating taking candy from a baby, you know. Beating up, I can't say that. You know what I mean? Like,
Cut that.
It's like, I don't even know what it's like, but it's an easy task. What was he doing against the Chiefs, bro? Did you see that 4th down and he threw it out the back of the end zone? On 4th down? What kind of... Anyway, the Giants, though, Malik Neighbors is questionable, so that could be an L. But I like it. I'm looking at Jackson Dart. I'm looking at Cam Scatterboo. Somebody said CTE has Cam Scatterboo. Like, this guy, bro, he runs into people head first. He is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, if either he or his opponent doesn't get a concussion by the end of the down, then he has failed. That's the way he runs the ball. It's crazy.
Honestly, like there was this one play in that game, and I don't want to stay on it for too long, but there was one play in that game when he was like head up with a Chiefs defender, and he literally threw himself head first at the Chiefs defender. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. He's not going to have a long career in the NFL if he keeps playing like that. But it's going to be like a 3-year stint, and it's going to be the most entertaining 3 years we'll ever have. We'll look back in 10 years, be sat around the table with the boys and be like, Cam Scatterboo. And someone's going to be like, cheers to that legendary pull. What a player. What a little 3 years he had. You know what I mean? My biggest loser of the week, though. Sorry, did you want to chime in then?
I was just going to say, but that backflip, though.
That backflip, though. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Bro, he scored and hit like 5 emotes in a row. What a guy. I'm thinking about picking him up on fantasy, even though he only gets like 10 carries a game, but it's the most entertaining 10 carries you'll ever see of the weekend. Yeah, biggest loser of the week, it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry. Like, that secondary, the pass defense, complete bottom of the league. 2 starting corners injured. Tyler Booker, our rookie first round draft pick, he's injured. Might be on IR. Didn't even see what happened to him, bro. Kenny Clark got injured. And after getting him from the fucking Micah Parsons trade, that's just a stinker. CD Lamb, though. I'm mad. Let me rant. Let me rant. Get off me. No one block me. 36 waggle. Don't block me. Bro, I saw that play. Dark under center, CD Lamb in the backfield. I'm thinking, and this was like first quarter. Already, I looked at the formation and said, I don't like this play. I hope this is like a fake handoff turned into a screen or something. Please don't hand it off to him. He handed it off to him and he got injured immediately. And I was like, bro, I already knew from the jump that this was going to be a bad play. I somehow still won on fantasy. But CD Lamb's my starting wide receiver 1. 0 points. Big fat donut. I genuinely have no idea how I won this week on fantasy, by the way. But I guess we've got to shout out Lamar Jackson, the real MVP. Lamar Jackson, 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction.
Because he didn't throw to Zay Flowers.
Exactly.
That's the only reason.
Exactly. He knew I bet on him. That's why. But anyway, man, biggest winner of the week, New York Giants, new QB, Scatterboo at running back. They're going to win next week. And then biggest loser is the Cowboys. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen now with the Cowboys. Because George Pickens was brought in to complement CD Lamb. But then when there's no CD Lamb there, all you've got to do is focus on Pickens. And what Cavonte Turpin's going to have a 100-yard game. I love Turp on the kick return, but Turp's actually a dog, I can't lie. But he might even be injured for this one. He took a big hit last week. Made a great catch and got absolutely whacked. So I don't even know if he's fit for this one. But let's find out as we move into our week 4 picks. My granny called. She said it's week 4 in the NFL. We kick off with Seattle Seahawks at Arizona Cardinals. Probably won't even watch this game. I absolutely will because I love the sport. But still, this is a bum-ass game, I feel, for a Thursday night. It's only a more exciting matchup. Like, who is the draw for this game? Sam Darnold and Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you see these Thursday night games, Q, on the TV, they always show like at least 2 players, one from each team, to get you hyped to watch the game. Last week I think there was like Tyreek Hill and Josh Allen, and you're like, they're two big stars to draw people to this game. Who are we going to show here? Sam Darnold and Kyler Murray. Aim the camera down to get Kyler Murray in there. Like, what the hell, bro? What are we doing here? Long story short, though, I'm going with the Seahawks. Take it away.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm going with the Seahawks too. There's not much really to say about this game. These two teams usually have some crazy game throughout the year, but the Cardinals have just been so mid ever since the Packers killed them on that one pass to AJ Green, intercepted by Rasul Douglas. I still miss you, bro. Please come back. And just completely sent their franchise back like 10 years, and ever since then it's just been like middle of the road to almost like top 10 pick, that kind of area. It's just been awful for them, and I don't really see it getting much better against the Seahawks. And our crustaceous co-host feels the same way. He's going Seahawks as well.
I forgot about that. Thanks very much for bringing us Crab or Key, his picks. He's here in spirit, even though he's not here in body and mind. So, 3 for the Seahawks. Cardinals, just let Trey McBride have a good game because he's in my fantasy starting. But I might start Tyler Warren instead. It's tough. I feel like I've got the best tight end room in our league. Trey McBride and Tyler Warren, 2 absolute animals. Speaking of animals, though, I don't know why this is speaking of animals, because there's literally no animals here. It's the Minnesota Vikings at Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no animals there. I don't know why I looked at the Vikings and thought of the Bengals. Really don't know why, because they played last week. What time is this game for you? Because this game is showing at 2:30 p.m. because it's in Dublin, Ireland.
2 p.m.
2:30 p.m.
10 a.m. for us.
Damn. Okay. So usually, obviously, in sports, in American football, they say, you give 3 points to the home team when you're looking at picking the spread and things like that. You give 3 points for being at home. Pittsburgh Steelers are technically the home team here, but it's a neutral ground. It's in Dublin, Ireland. So nobody has the home field advantage. I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings. The Pittsburgh Steelers, their defense have been shaky. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's A-Rod and he's class and stuff and things, but this Vikings team, man, I'm going back-to-back wins for Carson Wentz. And a controversial opinion, I think Wentz stays in there even when JJ McCarthy gets fit again. But then they'll pretend that JJ's still injured even when he's not, and let Carson run the show. I'm just making predictions.
I mean, I've definitely heard those voices. I don't know if I necessarily believe it or not, but yeah, I'm going to go Vikings as well on this one. And it's for the main reason is the defenses. The Vikings defense has just been absolutely incredible. The Steelers offensive line has been incredibly not good. And the Steelers defense, I don't know. What did Aaron Rodgers do, man? Because this guy has played exceptional his whole career, and he's been gifted a top 10 defense. He's played 20 years, and he's got it like 3 times. And every other time that you expect him to have a great defense, it doesn't show up. Like 2023, he tears his Achilles. Jets have like a top 10 defense. 2024, Aaron Rodgers is back. All the defensive pieces for the Jets are back, and they're like one of the worst defensive units in the league. And then he's like, okay, let's go over to the Steelers. They got TJ Watt. They got a top 10 defense every year. Where have they been this year?
Bro,
Am I missing something?
I genuinely don't understand. I don't have an answer. I wish I did. Because I even drafted the Steelers defense in our fantasy league thinking that the Steelers, on paper, that's a top 10 defense. But they've been playing like top 10 bums of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like, truly, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers did to deserve like not having a defense or special teams like ever. But yeah, unfortunately for that reason, I'm going Vikings, and Key's also back in the Vikings too.
Yeah. He lied about the vaccine, and ever since he's been getting blackballed by the league. They're doing it on purpose.
That'll do it. Yeah,
that'll do it. Moving on, we've got the Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. I've just said this has to be a bounce back game for the Falcons, so I am picking the Falcons for this one. It's only 10% on the ESPN pick'em, 90% going with Marcus Mariota's Commanders. I believe Mariota will still be playing. I don't think JD5 is fit yet. If he is, this is a bad pick for me, and the Commanders win, I think. But I'm picking the Falcons, man. They have to bounce back from last week. it's any given Sunday, as they say. You can't really look at that last week. And if they don't bounce back, then I don't even know what to say, bro. But I'm going Falcons to win this one at home. Give me that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another game for the Commanders where you have like a lower team and the Raiders, and they go in there and they put up a lot of points, but it's just not enough. I see Nostalgia FC, the Commanders, coming away with a win here. They got Mariota coming back. They got Bobby Wagner. Don't they have Von Miller on their team
They
somewhere?
sure do.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I've seen him yet, but I'm pretty sure he's on the roster somewhere. They just got all these old heads on the team still, and they're still kicking it. I'm going with the Commanders on this one. Falcons definitely need a bounce back game here, but I'm picking the Commanders. Keys back in the Commanders also.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be objective, but ever since we started the NFL Fantasy League this year, it's been tough to stay objective because you always want your fantasy team players to do well. And obviously, like I've mentioned a million times, I have Bijan and Drake London, so please, just have a good game. Next game, New Orleans Saints at Buffalo Bills. I'm picking the Bills. Q. Zero analysis at all. Bills, yeah.
Key, Bills. Hey, let me say something, though. The Saints got 21 skunked in the first quarter last week against the Seahawks. I don't know if you're familiar with college ball, where it's like you'll have teams like Ohio State play like Division II teams, like I can't even think of one, like Grambling State or Alcorn State or like states that don't exist. And you're like, where the fuck is this at? But it's like a cupcake game. Ohio State will be up like 70 to something at halftime. And then in the second half, the coaches will come out and be like, okay, we all know what's happening here. You got the cupcake to make your team look exceptional. I get it. How about we shorten the length of the quarters by 5 minutes for like the second half? And they're like, okay. So then you play 10-minute quarters. At what point does it get to that with this Bills Saints game?
I did not know that was even a thing, That is crazy. They shorten the length of the quarters.
If the Seahawks can put up 21 in the first quarter on the Saints, what can the Bills do? And I say that, and we're probably going to look at this game. It's going to be like 7-0 in the first quarter. But if I'm the Saints, I'm extremely worried.
Yeah, this could be like 41 in the first half. I think take the over in this game. I don't even know what it's at right now, but take the over. This is the 1 week when it'll go under. Now, I've been riding the Saints, I have for the first 3 weeks. I've been like, yeah, they've been losing, but I'm watching the games and I'm seeing little glimpses of light at the end of the tunnel. But every time I see light at the end of the tunnel, it turns out to be an oncoming train type shit, So last week I said back the Saints against the Seahawks plus 7.5 on the spread. Bad idea. This time, I think the spread, bro, let me check what the spread is actually for this one. Gamble responsibly, by the way, children. Children. I don't know why there's children watching.
Whatever the over is, the Bills might hit it themselves.
That's my only concern, because it might only be the Bills that's scoring. So they might like 31 to 3 them, and then they won't hit the over, because the over is 48. The spread is 16.
Wow.
That's a big spread. 16!
That's rough.
Damn. Okay. Well, that is by far the biggest spread of the weekend. The next game on our pick'em is the second biggest spread of the weekend. It's the Cleveland Browns at the Detroit Lions. The spread is currently -10 in favor of the Lions. They're at home. I know the Browns have a good defense, and we saw the Packers game. It was rough for them, but I just think this Lions team, man, they can do it all. They have just pieces in every position to go ahead and do madness. The only difference with this and the Ravens game is that the Browns actually have a pass rush. They have the best pass rusher in the league with Myles Garrett. So Myles Garrett can get at Jared Goff, and that is just an absolute lion attacking a gazelle. But ironically, in this situation, the gazelle is a lion. So I'm going with the Lions to win, though, still. I'm going with Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdown. That's a bad bet. Don't back that. But I'm going Lions to win. I'm probably cover the spread, even though it feels like it should be a trap after what happened with the Browns last week. I'm going Lions to win.
Yeah, I'm back in the Lions, and Key's got the Lions too. I will say, you have seen what an incredible pass rusher has done to this offensive line in week 1, but I think they definitely learned from it and are like, okay, we need to focus this guy, solo this guy, no matter what. I don't know if you saw the meme of the conga line that formed blocking Myles Garrett last week. They might need to do that again because I'm pretty sure it worked on that play. I'll say that. But yeah, they're gonna need to solo that guy, stay away from Denzel Ward, and all I gotta say about these Lions is that Packers win over them in Week 1 looks better and better every week.
It does. It's always tough as well with the divisional opponents. You know, it's like obviously seeing each other twice a year, you get more like time, I guess, to prep for against each other as well. You just know each other better, so that's why like I think it's all up in the air. Like even when the Ravens played the Browns last week, I was like, don't take the spread because it's a divisional game. It's tough to call these games, you know. But with this one here, I genuinely think this is one where the Lions go in there and show out like they're doing again. Some of these trick plays they've been pulling out. Ben Johnson left, so people thought the trick plays would leave. Nah. Did you see that fucking handoff to Amon-Ra and then he's pitched it? It's crazy what they be doing, bro. Like, it's actually so fun to watch. It's like fucking like not FIFA Street, but what's the Madden one that used to be called like the Playground or something? That's what it's like.
NFL Street.
Yeah, it's like playground football, bro. Like the stuff that they be pulling off and they're doing it in NFL games is actually ridiculous. You look at that backfield, you look at Jared Goff, you look at the wide receiver core, it's crazy. I want to see J-Mo score though, because J-Mo has some of the funniest celebrations I've seen in the NFL, and I want him to get a touchdown in this game. I backed them for one against the Ravens, I can't lie. Wrong pick. But yeah, shout out to David Montgomery, by the way. The Ravens were known as a run-stopping team. Demo went for like 150 or something. I think I just made that stat up. But we're not real journalists. We don't care.
I think you're lowballing it. I think you're lowballing it. I thought I heard like 170. It was crazy.
Bro, he went for like 150 in one run. Like there was this one play. Yeah. I think the drive started on their own 5-yard line, and I'm thinking, nice little 3 and out here. You know, force a punt in their own end zone, and then they end up charging down the field. Bro, they had a drive in the second quarter. Sorry to talk about the Ravens again, but fuck out of here. Bro, they had a drive in the second quarter that lasted like 10 minutes. I was watching the game thinking, damn, this is so boring. Can this just end? This one drive for 10 minutes, like, it's just greediness. But we're all picking the Lions anyway here, aren't we? Moving on to a game which might see different results. It's the Carolina Panthers at the New England Patriots. You can't fool me. I am familiar with your game, Carolina Panthers. 30-0 last week. Oh, you're riding high? No. Give me the Patriots. Q.
Yeah, I don't think Crowd and I are falling for that trap either because we both back in the Patriots. And I don't think Carolina's wearing their black helmets this week, so that's definitely going to be a disadvantage for them. I keep bringing it up because it's true. I've only seen Bryce ball out when he's wearing those black helmets. Every other time, it's just like a Make-A-Wish kid out there.
Oh, so what you're telling me is that you're going to watch the warm-up for this game, and if the Panthers are wearing the black helmets, you're going to change the pick 'em.
Correct.
Did something just fly on my camera then? Did something just move on my camera? Am I tripping? Bro, I swear down, I just saw something fly past me on the camera.
He's losing it. He's losing it.
The voices, man, they're getting louder. Anyway, next game, Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Giants. Jackson Dart's first start. Now, I said in the intro I'm picking them as the biggest winners of the week because they've made this change to the starting QB position and they're going to win the next game at home. Did not realize they were playing the Chargers when I said that. I'm sorry, Jackson Dart. Give me the Chargers. Jay Herbo is balling like an absolute cool white boy. He's going crazy. I don't even know how else to describe him other than cool white boy because that's what he is. There's no other words to describe it. He's slinging it. His receivers are actually catching the ball. Last year, they had problems with that. Bring him back. Keenan Allen might be one of the best trades of this season. Full stop. Because he's been balling out for the Chargers. He's just an all-reliable guy that Jay Herbo can rely on. And yeah, Lad McConkey had a great rookie year, but last year, he didn't have that guy to rely on apart from Ladarius McConkey. But this year, he's got 3 options because Quentin Johnston's learned how to catch a damn ball. And Omarion Hampton had a crazy game against the Broncos, who are supposedly known for their defense. The Broncos' defense has been sucking this year. Don't know what's going on with them. But give me The Chargers in this one, it's 96% on the pick'em, and I really do want to pick the Giants here, and I might sprinkle something on the spread if it's crazy. But let me double check the spread here, because I don't want to give bad advice. It's always bad advice coming from my mouth. Follow me on Twitter for more bad advice. Bro, why the hell can't I find this game? Oh, there it is. 6.5. Oh, I don't like that. If it was 7.5 or over, I would take it. 6.5, though. That's a dodgy one. But I'm going to stop yapping and hand over to Q.
Yeah, I really every time we do these videos, I try to keep the picks different, but there's so many games, especially at the start of the year, where you think you know everything, and this is one of those games where I think I know everything. I think the Chargers are gonna take this one handily. We talked about how they went 3-0 in their first three games over the division, and you're like, how could it possibly get better than that? What did I just say about Ohio State versus Alcorn State? We got a cupcake in here. You go 4-0 to start the year with three over your division. Things are looking up in LA. And for the Chargers, it's been a long time since you could say that. And I think he's got the same mindset as well. He's going Chargers too.
How's the Chargers pass rush looking since Khalil Mack went down? That's something I didn't really pay attention to in the last week because I only saw the highlights and not the full game. So I'm wondering, is this a good spot to throw in Jackson Dart? Because a lot of people were predicting, because the Giants have to play the Saints this year, a lot of people were saying that they reckon Jackson Dart will come in for the Saints game because there's a lot less pressure on him because it's going to be a bum-ass team that he's up against. So to throw him in a deep end here. Also, have you seen the Giants' schedule, bro? They play the Eagles twice in like 4 weeks. That is evil. So that's going to be a big test for the rookie. I'm wondering, is this a good test for him? At home, get the home fans behind him. That's nice, obviously. I'm wondering how much pressure he's going to face. Because if I'm the Chargers defensive coordinator, you're up against a rookie. The first thing I'm doing, first play of the game, I'm going cover zero, all out blitz. You know what I mean? See how he reacts. See how he responds. Blitz his ass. But yeah, let's see how it goes, man.
What's the over under on Tier Tart slapping him in the face?
Oh, that's a good question. The over under for the game is 44, which is a moderately high score. I might take that.
I think it's probably going to be, again, like, you're listening to us for betting advice. I don't think so, but I think it's probably going to be under. I think Chargers are going to control the game for the most part. Giants might get a couple drives looking good, but from what I'm seeing, I think Jackson Dart's probably going to struggle. And I don't think Chargers are ones to really run up the score on them. So we'll see, though.
They are quite evil, Vegas, with these lines, because the the rushing yards prop for Jackson Dart is 34.5. That's what Josh Allen's line is normally set at. They're expecting this guy to scramble like Josh Allen. We'll wait and see, because I'm looking forward to this game. I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to have this multi-screen because this is in the 6 p.m. slate, so I will multi-screen this. Probably with the next game we're about to talk about, but I'm looking forward to seeing him. Is that 3 for the Chargers?
Yep.
It sure is. Next game, 6 p.m. Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams which are 3-0. Last week we saw the Eagles go up against another 2-0 team. One of those teams took an L. It was the Rams. Another game where one of these unbeaten teams are going to have to take an L. Q, take it away. I realize I've started every game instead of rotating, so please take this one away.
Well, I'll actually just throw it to Key first. He's picking the Eagles outright in this one. But I'm thinking about it more. And part of me is wanting to make a call here, but I don't know. Because both of these teams so far this year have been known for just very gritty wins over every single team that they've played. I don't think, other than actually thinking about it, the block kick only put them up 7, so I don't know if either of these teams have won by more than a full possession in any of their games. I can't quite remember the Cowboys-Eagles score,
I believe it was 24-20.
I know that one was pretty close.
Yeah. I'm sure it was 24-20, yeah.
Yeah, like both of these teams have yet to actually pull away from the competition that they face. So I think it's going to be another exceptionally close one that can go either way. Do I want to be different and pick the Bucks, though? That is the question. Because the Eagles are just the dominant force. They'll push down the field, and they'll get into the end zone one way or another this game. But do the Bucks have enough to keep up? I might be swapping real time here. I can't tell yet. I think I'm gonna have to stick with Eagles on this one, but it's gonna be very close.
Yeah, I appreciate the input there, but being a Dallas Cowboys fan, it's always fuck the Eagles, and I'm a Tampa Bay fan, low key. So give me Tampa Bay to win this one. Eagles, fuck out of here. Miss me with that tush push. You know what I'm saying? Like a false start. You know, I'm going the Bucs because Baker Mayfield last week. In fact, Q, I forgot to do Big Dog of the Week. Damn it. We introduced last week a new segment called Big Dog of the Week. Baker Mayfield was the first man to win Big Dog of the Week award. Big Dog in the house. You know what I mean? He got the first installment of the award. I don't even know who to give it to for last week. While I ever think about that, I'm picking the Buccaneers to beat the Eagles despite Mike Evans being out with a hamstring injury. Why is everyone getting injured? This was a good pick, I feel, if Mike Evans was there, because he's going to be up against Quintanamo Bay, and then my boy Egbuka's going to go crazy on the other side. You know it? Against, what's his name? Adoree Jackson. He's been sucking this season. He's been sucking major. I'm not even going to finish the sentence because I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but still, he's been ass. So Egbuka, my rookie of the year, was going to go crazy, but with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans out, that makes Egbuka wide receiver 1, unless I guess Sterling Shepard steps in at wide receiver 1, and they keep Egbuka as a 2, because even at the Ohio State, Egbuka as the 2, that's where he was cooking, you know? So I feel like you've got to keep him as the wide receiver 2, but man, I don't know. Either way, give me the Bucs. I love it. Baker Mayfield, what an absolute animal. Let me have a think about Big Dog of the Week for last week. Anything you want to add about the Bucs?
I was going to say, I didn't know if Big Dog of the Week was going to be a recurring segment. I thought that was just going to be a one-off, and my one-off for this week was going to be best celebration. Do you see Aaron Glenn running down the sideline?
Oh, I did.
That was
I did.
hysterical.
That was sensational.
I saw it overlaid with one of his plays in the NFL. He's doing the same celebration. That is actually going to factor in one of my picks later. Yeah.
Just for context for anyone who missed it. Incredible scenes right there. But he did lose the game, which is unfortunate for him. To have such a sensational celebration, and it didn't even really matter. But yeah, no, Big Dog of the Week was supposed to be a recurring pick. And for the first time in NFL picks history, Big Dog of the Week, the trophy stays with Baker Mayfield. Another game-winning drive. Are you kidding me? Another game-winning drive? He can't keep getting away with this. It can't go on like this, can it? It can. Baker Mayfield, big dog in the house. 2 weeks in a row. Can he make it 3 by beating the Eagles? I hope you know, if he beats the Eagles, Q, he's getting it 3 times in a row, bro. Oh, please let them beat the Eagles. That would be hilarious.
I was going to say, every time you pick against the Eagles, one of these times you're going to be right, and one of these times you're going to come on the show screaming, I knew it! I knew it the whole time!
I've been praying on the downfall, and I'm going to keep praying. Oh man, actually looking back at the week, I don't even know who I could give Big Dog of the Week to on like a legit pick. I didn't even think about
Probably
it.
Isaiah Rodgers.
True.
My Big Dog of the Week is Isaiah Rodgers.
That's fair enough. And I like that pick. It low-key would have been Matt Stafford if they would have won, but Myles Garrett as a shout as well, to be honest. Got to give the defensive players some love. Some Jordan love. Next game, we've got the Tennessee Titans.
What side of the ball? What side of the ball does Isaiah Rodgers play on?
No, that's why I said we've got to give the defense some love. Because I was like, we both picked a defensive player, but then I was like, Jordan love.
Yeah.
Hey, because he got sacked. Jordan run. Next
the way
game...
it sounded, you just made it sound like he wasn't on defense.
No. I was saying it as if we've both got to show love to the defense. Speaking of defense, take the under for this next game. Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. My guess actually is that the line's going to be 38.5. It's... Bro, take a look at that. Take a look. Total 38.5.
38.5.
I know it's backwards, but am I a genius or am I just a genius?
He's done it again.
Well,
he's done it again.
The Texans are 7-point favorites for this one. Give me Tennessee +7. Give me the Houston Texans to win this game. No, they have to win this game, but it's going to be ugly. It's going to be 13-10. It's going to be an ugly one. Might even be 10-3. It's 250. That's such a bar.
Yeah.
That's such a bar. I'm sorry. 10-3, 250.
Yeah,
sorry. Go on.
No, I'll just let you keep basking in that one, bro.
Don DeMarco,
No,
wheel
Key
up.
and I are going Texans as well. Like we talked about, this is a must-win game. The Texans have started 0-3 under a quarterback who shall not be named, and we're somehow able to sneak into the playoffs still. But if you go 0-4, it's over. Like you might as well be looking ahead to next year, maybe thinking about, oh, if we keep Arch Manning in Texas on the Texans at home, maybe he'll play great in the NFL. Who knows? But yeah, no, if they want any chance to be competitive this year, Texans are going to have to win this game. And the Titans, I hate to say it for the Texans, but they've been looking pretty decent. I mean, Titans are 0-3 still, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Both these teams are looking for their first win, but the Titans for what everybody's been expecting from the Titans, they've been exceeding expectations even though they haven't had a win yet. Cam Ward's been looking pretty decent and yeah, that's the scary thing for the Texans because if Cam Ward's looking decent and you're already 0-3, there's probably, we talked about the Dolphins doing like player only meetings. So you might be one game away from that too. So we'll see, but I'm rocking Texans. Crabs back in the Texans too.
Yeah, one of these teams is going to get their first win of the season. And it's going to be an ugly game. This is one that you don't watch. This is one that you watch the highlights for. Next game, though, 9:05 p.m. UK time. This is a game I can't wait to watch. Indiana Jones and his Indianapolis Colts traveling to LA to play Matthew Stafford and his Rams. Oh, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. The 3-0 Colts, can they stay unbeaten? Or will the 2-1 Rams upset the Danny Dimes party? Or it's Indiana Jones from now on. Danny Dimes is dead. Indiana Jones and the kingdom of the Crystal Colts. Q, who you picking for this one?
I think it's going to be very close. He's burned me every time. I'm going to keep doing it, though. I'm touching the hot stove. I'm betting against Indiana Jack. Bad taste in your mouth, and I think they're going to try to get rid of that taste and just completely dismantle the Colts here. But, New York Giants, New York Jets, both those teams play in Jersey. They have an identity crisis going on over there. As soon as everybody leaves those teams, they start balling out. So we'll see. But I'm personally rocking Rams, and Crab's rocking with the Rams too.
I want it to be different. I've picked Rams. You know I like the Rams. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams. The Rams defense is legit too. Jared Verse, I like that guy because he doesn't like the Eagles. So already me and him have a bond. But bro, I so badly want to pick the Colts here. I can't see them starting 4-0 though. I'm going with the Rams playing it safe. What's the spread? This has got to be like a 3.5 spread. Or maybe even a 1.5. This might be a toss-up game. It's 3.5. I'm a fucking genius, Q. I'm a genius. If only you could make money from guessing spreads, not actually betting on the spread. Betting on what the spread's going to be. That's like next level gambling, that, betting on what the spread's going to be.
Call the number. Call the number. Call the number.
3.5 though, man. That's a tough number for a spread. Can the Rams win it by more than a field goal? I might lean Colts plus 3.5. I know with our pick and we don't do spread, we do money line spreads. Money line spreads. The hell am I talking about? We do money line on the pick 'em. So let me go the home team. Let me go with the Rams. But man, those Colts, bro, this could be the chance for the Colts to fully shut me up. Because I still don't believe it. I still don't know what's going on over there. Do you ever have like a moment in life where you're just like, this feels too good. I'm on like cloud 9 and it feels like I'm dreaming. Let me pinch myself and wake up. That low-key feels what it feels like with the Colts. Because it's so unexpected. No one expected it. But maybe that's why they're doing so well. Because no one expected it. Tyler Warrens, he might be the only guy that can compete against Emeka Egbuka for that Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's an absolute dog. If he goes off in this game, watch out for him and Big Dog of the Week some point in this season. But let me pick the Rams. I don't like that pick. It's 29% Colts on the pick, and I thought it would be more 50-50 than that, 71% Rams, damn. Well, let's move on anyway, because we're spending too long, I feel, on some certain games. This next game I don't want to spend too long on, because I don't like either of these two teams. Jacksonville Jaguars. Missing person report for Brian Thomas Jr. at the San Francisco 49ers. I watched the highlights of the Niners-Cardinals game. It was like 14 minutes on YouTube. That's 14 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back, and I wish I could. I'm going with the Niners to win. Both of these teams suck, though. I can't lie. Key, I know you're watching this. In fact, he doesn't even watch the content when he's not here. So I can say what I want about his bum-ass team. They're all injured. They're all in hospital. And this is probably going to be another 16 to 13 game where it's just like, what a terrible watch. And it's on the late kickoff. It's on TV. Who's going to watch this? Give me the Niners to win, though. And I don't even care. I might not even check the score of this one, Q. I might not even check who won. I don't even care about this game. But over to you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine who Key picked to win this game? I don't know, man.
God.
But yeah, it's probably going to be another 49ers win where you watch it and you just wish that you had all your time back because it was one of the ugliest games you've ever seen in your life. That's how they've won all their games. I see him winning another game exactly like that. I hope that they can put on some good football, like some actually watchable, digestible football, because it has not been that this season.
Well, that kills me to say that Key's team's going to move to 4-0. But he's bottom of our fantasy league, so who's the real winner? Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you want to guess who I'm picking? Swifties. I love
I
it.
have an idea.
I love Taylor Swift. Don't get me wrong. But we're going down to Baltimore. And we're not even going to Baltimore. We're going to Kansas City. It's in Kansas City, but we're going down to Baltimore. You know what I mean? I was trying to remember the Kodak Black lyrics, but I can't remember them now. Give me a second. You know Kodak Black's homeboys on the Ravens? And if he ever leaves the team, I'm relocating. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to win. Chiefs, you're not good. You're not. And Mahomes, I'm sick of the glaze. It's not even Mahomes' fault, it's the commentators. That we should ban that commentator, you know who I'm talking about, from commentating on Chiefs games. I saw Patrick Mahomes throw a backwards pass. If you don't know sports, that's a fumble. Then the commentator jumped on the mic and said, that's such a great play from Mahomes. What are we doing here, Q? Give me the Ravens to win. It's not going to be convincing, though. It's going to be like 26 to 24. It's going to be ugly because we're not going to be able to put pressure on 15. And if you can't put pressure on 1-5, he's going to eat you alive. But the Chiefs can't score more than 24 points in a game. So give me the Ravens to win 26 to 24.
Yeah. Same thoughts from me and Crab here. Just this Chiefs team, they look so over the hill. They need somebody outside of a completely washed up tight end helping them out. And I don't know, man. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. You can never, ever truly count him out. But it's not looking great over in Kansas City right now. And you know how bad it is for Swifties to like, oh, let's watch some football because Travis Kelce's getting married to Taylor Swift. And I've seen Swifties on Twitter being like, what do you expect from Patrick Mahomes when he doesn't have any good wide receivers to throw to and his tight end is washed as hell? Like, do you know how bad it is in Kansas City right now? I'm predicting another loss for him, but I'm not counting him out of the playoffs or anything just because, you can never count them out.
Yeah.
Until like they are actually mathematically eliminated, I'm not going to count them out. I'll definitely pick against them and I'll bet against them, but I'll never truly count them out. And I don't think you can in this game either, but I'm sticking Ravens. Crab's got Ravens too.
I know it was only the Giants who are a bum-ass team, but I did like what I saw from my homeboy. And it's like Thornton or Thurston or something, the wide receiver that he was connecting with. I think it was number 8. Yeah, their little connection, they look like they've got something cooking right now. And that's what Mahomes needs. He needs somebody that he can throw to because, as we say with Travis Kelce, he did have some big grabs in that game, Kelce, but he's not the old 87 that we used to know, you know? But yeah, give me the Ravens. I was going to say give me the Chiefs. Hell no. Hell no. Next game is a tough one to pick for me. It's the Chicago Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. Q, I'm probably going to give a one-sentence analysis for this, so I'll let you start. And who's your pick for this game? On the ESPN Pick'em, it's currently 64% Bears, 36% Raiders. Which side do you fall on?
I mean, you look at me and you look at this hat, and who do you think I'm going to pick, man? I'm picking the Bears, believe it or not.
Oh.
I think they're going to ride. I think they're going to ride this wave that they were riding on last week against the Cowboys. The Raiders team I think I was wrong about them. I thought they could be a lot better, but they have not looked super great. Did you see the stat about Ashton Genty's yards after contact?
That's crazy. 101% of his yards come after contact or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, how is that even possible, bro? Like, I thought the Packers' offensive line was bad against the Browns. The Raiders' offensive line has been bad all year. 101% of his yards are after contact? Are you hearing yourself when you're reading these stats? I can't believe it.
No,
But you
their
know who
O-line
can
is
believe
selling.
in this Raiders team? Yeah, you know who can believe in this Raiders team?
Who?
Key, because he's actually going Raiders
Tom
on this
Raiders?
one,
Wow.
and keeping it different. So we finally got some differing opinions between me and the old crustacean. But
It's about damn
yeah,
time.
we'll see.
See, after the Bears torched the Cowboys, which isn't hard, I liked what I saw from the Bears, honestly, from a neutral perspective. It looked like the Ben Johnson scheme was cooking now. Some of the trick plays, I'm like, are you kidding me? There was this one trick play where the guy pitched it back to Caleb Williams, and it felt like the pitch was in the air for about 30 seconds. And I'm like, how did nobody close that ball down while the time it was in the air before Caleb set and threw it? But man, let me be the hater. I've actually got the Bears pick. This is a live change. Let me go with Mad Max Crosby and the Las Vegas Raiders. Max Crosby's probably my favorite player on that Raiders team right now. I drafted Ashton Genty and fantasy dropped his ass because that O-line is terrible. Geno Smith, was it last week when he had the terrible game? Or was that the week before?
That was week 2 against the Chargers.
Who'd they play week 3? I see, I feel like I'm a week behind in my head, bro. I didn't even know Tavondre Sweat from the Titans is on IR. When did that happen? I was looking at the injury report before. I was like, damn, that's a big piece missing for them. And a big piece, that guy's like 400 pounds.
Raiders just played the Commanders.
And it was 41-24. Jesus fucking Christ, give me the Chicago Bears. Give me the Bears. Jesus Christ. I was about to say, Geno Smith's going to have a bounce back game because he's a veteran and that's what veterans do. They bounce back when they have stinker games. But man, let me stick with the Bears to get a win away from home. And let me just give Max Crosby a sack. You know, that can be the Max Crosby play because I put 10 on him for Defensive Player of the Year. He's probably not going to get that if this bum-ass Raider team goes at negative record. Let's move on though, because this is the game that really matters between me and you. The Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. It's Michael Parsons' homecoming game. How are we feeling about this one, Q? Packers fan, you're coming away from home. Are you confident? Or are you scared? Is Micah going to be scared, do you think, for this one? Coming back home?
He said
he's going to get booed.
I mean, if you just want to add fuel to the fire, be my guest, man. But yeah, no, he said it's going to be hard coming back and sacking his old quarterback, but that might happen quite a few times with how banged up their line is. Our line isn't super great either, but man, it's weird because like he's out and I'm missing the guy that we're going to be going up against on the D line. But Kenny Clark is out, man. Really, that hurts my heart a little bit. But I think that just helps out the Packers even more in this one. Obviously, you know who I'm picking. I'm going Packers. Key's also back in the Packers on this one. Going to our home away from home, you know, undefeated there and wearing our nice home uniforms there as well. Dak Prescott, I will say, has been playing very well, so I'm a tiny bit worried about that. But if we can get that pressure from Micah and company, I think we'll be all right. So give me Packers.
See, this is a tough one for me to pick. There's a lot of history here between my Cowboys and your Packers. You know, Des caught it. He did. It's just, you know. But I still hold on to that one. That's how many years it's been in this rivalry. So, I'm looking at the matchups. I'm looking at the positions versus positions. I'm looking at the Packers O-line. 2 injuries to your starting O-line members. I'm like, okay, nice. That'll be a good game for Mike. Oh, we traded his ass. We don't even have a pass rusher for real. Dante Fowler Jr., I believe he's at the Cowboys. Wouldn't know. He's done fuck all. Oh, Donovan Ezeraku that we drafted as a pass rusher. Wouldn't know he's there. I don't know how we're going to get pressure on Jordan Love. And on the other side of things, Tyler Book is going to be out for a while. CeeDee Lamb's going to miss about 4 weeks. It's looking scary, bro. I think Micah might end up having 4.5 sacks in this one. I think Micah might go up into the stands and sack Jerry. He might just sack Jerry Jones in this game, bro. I swear down. He might just do it. Make that 5.5 sacks for Micah, one of them on Jerry. I don't know if that's a flag or not. Do you think they'd flag it if he tackled Jerry? I don't know. But man, yeah, this is going to be spooky. So with that being said, I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, sir. Let's go. We're picking the Cowboys. I never pick against my team. 9% on the pick 'em. I'm wearing a 9 around my neck right now. If that ain't a sign, I don't know what is. 8 under the 9, that's an improper fraction. Give me the Dallas Cowboys and give me George Pickens anytime one-handed touchdown. I don't even know if that's a prop that you can pick, but give me it. Did you see his one-hander, bro? Come on, against the Bears. He's doing the same against the Packers. Fuck out of here. Well, Packers-Cowboys, that is what we call a primetime game. That is the Monday night game. Well, I mean, I guess Sunday night, Monday morning UK time is what I got confused with there. 1:20 a.m. UK time. I will be staying up to watch it. Anyone I'm making plans with on Monday, the plans are getting cancelled. It's on the 29th of the 9th month. 2 9s. Make that 3 9s. And it's 9% on the pick 'em for the Cowboys. Come on, bro. You know I do this. You know I look for that number everywhere. And I'm picking the Cowboys to win. Cavonte Turpin, anytime touchdown. Because he's number 9. Watch, bro. Watch. The numbers are real.
Is that what was flying around your room earlier? It's just the number 9?
Yeah, literally, it must have been. Or like, it must have been a fly. Who's probably buzzing the number 9. Let me check what the spread is for this. I was about to say if the spread's -9, I'm picking it, but it's actually 6.5. I feel like you're going to cover that spread easily, the Packers, but I'm picking the moneyline Cowboys. Yay. Moving on, next game. I'm not going to stay too long on this one. Bum-ass Jets against the bum-ass Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins to win at home. I don't care about this game. Are you kidding me? This is the Monday night game. Are you kidding me? Tyrod Taylor's going to be starting again. I believe Justin Fields is injured. So, yeah, I don't know. This is going to be an arse game. Let me go Dolphins, though.
Yeah, Key's got the Dolphins too, but like I said, as weird as it is, that Aaron Glenn celebration with his team, I think they have a way better culture in New York right now than they do in Miami. So for that reason alone, I think I'm going to lean to the Jets on this one. I think it's probably going to be another shit versus ass type of game. But I don't know, man. I feel like the Jets have been much closer in all their losses than the Dolphins have. The Dolphins have been getting progressively closer, so that might make the momentum shift a little bit. But like a vintage Rodgers performance, a crazy comeback by Baker Mayfield, the buzzsaw of Josh Allen, like those are their losses. And then you look at the Dolphins' losses, and it's like blown out by the blown out by the Colts.
Yeah, the Colts are doing well, though.
And like, yeah, do we believe in Indiana Jones, or are we just like, oh, everybody hop on the meme type shit, you know? Because we all picked against him this week, and we'll see what happens.
If he does it this week,
like,
big dog in the house.
Yeah, against the Rams, then yeah, I can see it. But it's like against the Dolphins, it didn't look great. Against the Patriots, it didn't look great, and against the Bills, just backbreaking interception after backbreaking interception in these games. I feel like it's in the cards for another one. I'm going Jets. I'm being different. We'll see how it goes.
Who's Key gone with? Dolphins.
Key's also back.
I'm going to call the second charge time out of the video. I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my pick. I'm going New York Jets. I was just thinking about it. I'm not picking the Dolphins. What I mean? Like you said, this is shit versus ass. Like both of these teams are good and terrible. I'm going with the Jets, actually. Let me change it. They're both 0-3, and one of them's going to get the first win of the week. There's been a few games like that where somebody's putting a 1 in their column, and I think it's going to be the Jets. Last game of the week, though, Bengals traveling to Denver to play the Denver Broncos. Man, Bengals looked good and terrible last week. In fact, they didn't even look good. They just looked terrible last week. Give me the Broncos. Full stop. Nothing else to say. The Broncos, though, they've been looking good and terrible as well all season. They haven't put up like more than 21 points. I don't know what's going on with their offense. I can see the frustration in Bo Nix's face every time he gets a play call. It's like every time he gets a play call, he's like, really? That play? Like, but I'm going the Broncos to win this one. Fuck out of here. And that's the end of my week 3 picks. Who are you picking, Q?
Yeah, I'm going Broncos on this one. I tried to talk up Jake Browning because I hate the Vikings, Clearly that didn't work. I'm not expecting an Isaiah Rodgers type of legacy game out of any of these Broncos, but if they don't put up a similar defensive performance at least, um, I think you're asking more questions of the Broncos than you are the Bengals. I think Bengals are going into this one pretty much knowing what's going to happen. And yeah, Keys also got the Broncos winning this one.
3 for the Broncos, man. The spread is minus 7.5, and with this Broncos team, I don't trust a spread of that big because this Broncos, they've been struggling offensively, man. They've been making some big plays, though. There's some big plays I've seen on the highlights so far. The defense have got to sort it out, though. On paper, I was like, this is the best defense of last year. Coming into this year, they made some big additions to it. I don't think they really lost anyone major, but every highlight I see, though, PS2 ain't been looking like PS2 from last year, I'm going to say it, but Riley Moss gets cooked every single like highlight that I see. It's like pick on the white boy, but I get it. White boy cornerback. Cooper DeJean might be the only cold one that exists. I can't think of another cool white corner. Have you got any for me?
I don't think there is one.
Exactly.
Is Ethan Bonner a cool white boy corner?
It depends what you class it as, you know? I don't know what, like, yeah, shaky topic, but yeah, 3 for the Broncos. Timeout. That's my third charge timeout because we are just chatting absolute wham now. Any final remarks, Q, before we sign off for this one? Because it's currently 10 p.m. in the UK right now and I'm tired.
Nah, man. Just looking forward to some more exciting football. Looking forward to Packers winning at home again. And we'll just see how it goes.
Well, we'll be back same time next week for another roundup. We're going to get a reaction of me and Q, our teams playing against each other. It's, you know, I'm not looking forward to it. You might have to tell me what the score is. I don't know if I'll watch. I might have to watch with my eyes closed. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for this video. If you have enjoyed, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below which games you're going to be double screening, or if you're going to be watching Red Zone. What team do you support? Where are you watching from in America? Just put something in the comments so YouTube actually picks up the video and thinks, oh, people are actually watching this. Let me send it to the algorithm, because otherwise they think this bum-ass kid with the glasses is wasting his damn time. Sweating in his room at 10 o'clock at night with a big-ass light on, which he wants to turn off right now. And he's going to. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know the vibes. Catch us next time, people. Take it easy.